So we got a hotfix patch for Overwatch, and I'm not going to waste any time. This time we're going to be going from bottom up, so we'll probably see any support changes and things like that. I haven't peeked anything just yet, but let's see. I do hope that maybe there's something in here for Widowmaker. If not, it's going to be quite saddening. So let's not waste any time and get straight into it. So scrolling up, first of all, we got in, so only one support change. Juno has taken a nerf. So orbital rays healing has been reduced from 100 to 85. Now, this has been the number one thing where Juno's impact has been there. Now, personally, I would have liked to approach it from the POV of how her ultimate, how fast her ultimate is charging. I don't know if that's like something that they want to keep on her, that she builds orbital ray very, very quickly. So, you know, that's something that she gets to keep. I think this is a good nerf. I think this is something that's definitely needed. Now, the rest of the changes behind her are going to make her a lot more awkward, because now she has the clunkier kit from the previous patch, and now she has the orbital ray nerf, so she's just going to feel overall much weaker. I do hope that they keep a close eye on her, because maybe at least the range change is something that they could reconsider, because she's a lot more, like, she has to play a lot more closer to the team now, and it does allow her to be a much easier dive target. Also, at least me personally, I didn't think she was that difficult of a target to dive. It's very easy to burst her down. She does have 225 HP, so it's just like my own personal hot take. I know a lot of people found it harder to dive her, but I don't know, maybe I've always had good matchups into the Junos that I play into, so welcome nerf. Moving over to the next one, and okay, so it's Sombra. So we're already in the damage roll. Okay, so here we are now with the Sombra changes, and it's quite interesting the way that they've chosen to go about it. I don't think it solves Sombra's problem. Sombra's massive issue right now is the fact that Translocator and Stealth are coupled into one ability, and this just does not work. Well, but okay, so what they've done is hack is now exit. So when you're hacking, what they did before was that if you hack, you can hack in invis. But when you want to exit it to then do the virus combo, it just felt much clunkier before. So now you're able to exit stealth when you're hacking an enemy target. This is just like a more, it's like a quality of life thing, and it should really help land those combos just in general. And also, in a weird way, you could argue that while this is a good quality of life change to help her be more consistent with her combo, it's also something that is kind of a nerf in an indirect way, because again, you're coming out of stealth, you're announcing your position, and that could screw you over. So it's a 50-50 thing. I'm a fan of this change. Now, Translocator, I already spoke about it. Not a fan of the Translocator changes. Really think they need to just take away stealth from it being in it. It's just not... you can't have a character's engageability and like disengageability be in one ability. That's just not how it works. You might as well just bring back the ability to plant your Translocator and teleport back to it. Like, it's really awkward the way that they've gone about using Translocator. Now, the changes are the delay before entering stealth has been reduced. These are the numbers. The fade in time has been reduced from the following. So they're trying to make it feel a lot more faster, from what I understand. And again, it's not solving the problem. It's just trying to go around it in hopes that this rework can work. It's just depressing. Like, they need to revert this. Like, my biggest hope right now is I really hope they are reverting some of these softer reworks to like Sombra and Ram, because Ram has completely fallen off. Like, Ramatra's whole gameplay identity was built upon the fact that he could pressure shields, and they took that away, and Ramatra's been garbage. Like, both things need to be reverted. I don't understand why are they like messing around with things that don't need to be messed with. It's like, especially since this new team is the one that designed Ramatra. So like, yeah, we're gonna make a tank that's all about getting through, like, well, mostly in this case Reinhardt's shield, and then we will take it away because, oh well, low elo players complain. And then it's like, wow, it's almost like we should just not listen to low elo players because it's completely killed the hero. And this is the same thing with Sombra. We're just listening to low elo players in order to make these changes, but now the hero is it doesn't work like that. The hero is just awkward. Imagine if deflect and dash were one ability. It just doesn't work like that. And you have, like, in order to be fair and objective, like, I will never ever have a bias. Like, I want every hero to be enjoyable, but you cannot just do what they're doing currently. It doesn't work. Anyway, Sombra change is EMP. So EMP alt charge. This is extremely awkward. They can never decide where they want it to be. Good change on EMP. Good change on hack. Translocator, again, I'm not a fan of it because it doesn't solve the problem. The way I see balance changes is you're meant to solve the problem with the balance. If you've not solved it, if you've not solved the frustrations with the character and created new ones, then you're doing the job wrong. So Sombra gets a 5 out of 10 for me. Hack and EMP changes are nice, should help her feel better. Sadly, reverts her to her EMP bot playstyle, which she's had for many years, which is just depressing because they can never get away from it. But she's just bad at that right now, because before she needed the perma invis to get that off, and now she can't have that. Really sad because Sombra's just like a much worse tracer. Moving on to tanks, and what are we doing here? Wrecking Ball's ammo has gone up, grappling hook, or grappling claw, sorry, duration has been increased. Okay, so in theory, this is a soft buff to Wrecking Ball's overall damage. To be honest, I don't think he needed the buffs at all. I think he was in a pretty fair spot. Problem with Wrecking Ball right now is Wrecking Ball really doesn't like AoE healing. Everything that Ball tries to do is kind of like AoE, and usually when Brigitte enters the lobby, Ball's entire value completely dies out, right? What we're essentially doing to Ball right now is we're constantly micro buffing him, and trust me when I say this, like Wrecking Ball is one of those characters that can become a server admin. He in my personal opinion and personal hot take is he can be as bad as Widowmaker. He can completely take over the games and be unkillable. So do we really want to now create another tank that we're micro buffing into an unkillable status, right? So that's kind of something that I want to talk about as well. But also excuse me, I know somebody's like getting ready to call me out on it, but I misread the grappling claw changes. It's a nerf, so duration has been increased from 6 to 8. That's actually a bit weird. I take it back. I don't think this is gonna do anything to Wrecking Ball just yet. My dyslexia, excuse me, kicked in over there. I read it the other way around. I thought it was from 8 to 6. That's what I took away. Sincerest apologies. On this channel, you know, we know when we are wrong, and we are never ashamed to admit a fault and then correct ourselves. So I read that wrong. Actually, no, I'm actually confused. Does this mean when he's holding grappling claw on a wall, is the duration of him holding on to a wall increased, or is the cooldown duration increased? Because they've not said, usually they say, you know, cooldown or something like that increased. This one's a bit confusing. If he's allowed to hold on to walls longer, then, I mean, sure, okay, like, I guess it's fine. Quad cannon's going up. I don't think it does, it'll be nice for that one Zenyatta player that'll get dived by Ball in every game. But outside of that, I don't see how this helps him. Although, in my sincere opinion, please, for the love of God, do not micro buff Wrecking Ball into relevancy. This is not a character that you want to be viable, because, like, again, it's one of those cases that Sombra is bad, and if Ball enters the meta with Widowmaker, my goodness, like, I don't think I will play this game. I do not, like, it's one thing to deal with Widowmaker as a server admin. It's another thing when Wrecking Ball comes in as the Discord mod. I do not need that in my life. Ramatra, Pummel, reverted to Pierce Berries again. No longer deals crit damage. Isn't this ironic? Isn't this weird? Isn't this so embarrassing as a balance team to do something like this? That, oh, we're soft reworking Ramatra because low elo players complained about it. And now we are reverting it because it's almost like we built the entire character to do this one thing. We built this entire character around this identity that, yes, this is where he's going to succeed. This is where he's going to be good. This is how he's going to somewhat keep Reinhardt in check and also still be vulnerable in case he gets up. Blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. My point here is, imagine how stupid of a change it has to be to create an entire character where legitimately their identity, and with all due respect, I know there was a bunch of other Overwatch content creators that said that, no, Ramatra's identity isn't his ability to pummel through barriers. Yes, it literally is, and also it's a good ability to have, because in the off chance that somehow we end up in a double shield meta, Ramatra with the piercing and Junker Queen, because she has some pierce on her Carnage, the E, those would be two things that could potentially keep us from really, like, letting double shield take over. So it's like a good thing for 6v6, it's a good thing for 5v5, because Reinhardt is really strong, and I don't think Reinhardt needs nerfs. Ramatra should be a tank that can sometimes keep Reinhardt in check. Although I will say, in my personal opinion, Reinhardt and Ramatra are pretty fair against one another in the 1v1s. Again, the reason they made this change was never because of the Ryan matchup. They said that and this is specifically Reinhardt, because Ramatra doesn't really do this to any other tank or composition, is specifically they wanted to reduce the frustration that the low elo glue sniffers felt when Ramatra could punch them through Reinhardt's shield because they didn't feel protected. Here's an advice for those of you that complained about that. How about when Ramatra is walking in, you respect the fact that the tank is taking space and move away and continue shooting at him. I know, it's an insane concept. You actually have to move and do things in the game. That's crazy. In a game that's all about movement and shooting, you have to move and shoot too. That's crazy. You can't just stand around AFK and sit there on Lifeweaver and have the game be modeled for you. It is insane, because I'm not going to hold back. This change that was initially made was for silver and low gold players. Like, it is insane how this change was made, because and this proves it over and over and over again. This game is not being balanced for even the mid high tier, like even diamond masters. It's not even being balanced for that rank anymore. Like, you could argue sometimes that, yeah, it's being, you know, like they're considering diamond and masters. Sometimes they're not even considering diamond anymore. They're not considering masters anymore. Like, shit like this is just like, yeah, no, this is like Ramata, like it's a gold silver change. Like Sombra, it's a gold silver change, because you do not hear any high elo player complaining about Sombra. You don't hear any high elo player complaining about Ramata right now, because it's negligible. The problem was Juno in the comps that she's enabling, and the rightful nerf has come through. But Juno's changes from before, in my personal opinion, maybe we might need to revert that, because again, I want to be fair. There's ways to take power away and ways to give power to still let the hero feel good. So, you know, moving on. Ramata change, incredibly stupid, and the dev team should really have an area where they draw the line of where they allow people, or let's just say a certain crowd in the game that's a bit, you know, not good at the game, to control how much influence they have on the balance. But I digress. Moving on. Orisa, please, for the love of God, be nerfs. So base health increased from 125 to 175. Base armor has been reduced. Okay, this is a good start. Energy javelin damage reduced. Jesus Christ, that was much needed, thank God. And fortify no longer reduces fusion driver heat generation. Wait, what? Fortify no longer reduces fusion driver's heat generation. Wait, that was a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing. I actually didn't know that was a thing. So this is meant to just stop Orisa's overall damage. So Orisa's overall damage in a team fight has taken a big nerf. And she's become much more vulnerable. That's actually really nice. Let me scroll down. Wait. No, these are the other changes. Yeah, okay. Oh, so that's the last change. Okay. Interesting. Where's the Widowmaker nerfs? Where's the Widow nerfs? We're still in Widow meta. Insane. Anyways, okay, so now something more fun. We're going to go back to the top for this. They've actually made some balance match changes to Junkenstein's laboratory to help make it feel better. Guys, this game mode is actually the most fun Overwatch has ever been, and if you have not tried it, please try it. It is genuinely the most fun and fresh Overwatch has ever been. Try it. I would actually argue that they should bring it as a permanent separate quick play game mode. That's how much I actually love this game. It actually reignited my love for Overwatch even more. Where you know, I still love Overwatch, but it has its problems. But this game was like, shit, man, this is kind of fun. This is like that wacky mess that we all fell in love with in 2016. But anyways, so Ash's changes are the following. So trial by fire, the damage to burning targets now earns an additional 30% alt charge, previously 25. Fire and Fury, the wiper shots on burning targets now reduce the cooldowns of 𝐒𝐿 and Dynamite. Demon's Word, we have increased the health of the shield from the deployed barrier projector to 600 from 300. Diva anti-boost fixed an issue where the booster impact was dealing a bit extra damage, in addition to the anti-healing debuff. Oh, I didn't know she could do an unannulated with her anti-boost. That's scary. No escape. Weapon damage increase is reduced to 75%, was 100%. Jesus. Diva must have been a monster. Genji, scary speed. So Shuriken critical hits now increase attack speed by 3% up to 10 stacks for 10 seconds. Previously increased attack by 2% up to 15 stacks for 10 seconds. Vampiric deflect. Deflect now heals for 15% of your health. Previously 10. Bitter revenge. Deflect now causes the next swift strike to deal up to 75% more damage. Previously 50%. And Master Word cooldown is now increased by 3 seconds. Previously 5 seconds. Whoa. Hold on. So Genji gets buffed in the freaking arcade game mode, where I would actually argue he was actually already good, but then they made him even better in the arcade game mode. What? So he won't get buffed in the main game, but he'll get buffed in an arcade game mode. Honestly, Genji is a lot of fun to play over there, and these are actually some really nice changes for his perks. So my Genji fans out there, y'all already know, man. Get into that arcade game mode. Become the raid boss Genji. Like, these are some amazing changes. Seriously, really good shit for Genji in there. Check it out. Kiriko, wow, Kiriko got a bunch of changes too. So, Not Your Time now delivers 30% extra healing to allies below 50%, previously 25%. That's nice. Drawn to Kiriko, okay, unironically, other than like one build for Kiriko does feel a bit weak in that game mode, not gonna lie. Drawn together after teleporting, grant the nearest ally 75 over health for 5 seconds, previously 50. Unburdened after throwing a protection, Suzu attack speed is increased by 20% for 10 seconds, previously 5. Ooh, that's actually very, very strong. Vindication Vision, damaging enemies further then 12 meters now reveals them for 5 seconds, previously 3. And then the Spirit World's Gift. Whoa. Spirit World. Okay, listen. I'm a lore enthusiast, so I have one thing to say. If there is a Spirit World out there, then whoever thinks that the dragons and Kiriko's Kitsune are made up, go fuck yourself, stupid idiot. Anyway, Spirit World's Gift. Protection Suzu now heals Kiriko for extra 100 health and grants her 25% movement speed for 5 seconds, previously 80 health and 3 seconds. Then in Mercy's case, Mend and Mar. So Mercy now heals all allies within 20 meters for 150% of the damage she deals while not in Valkyrie. Wait. What? Mercy now heals all allies within 20 meters for 150% of the damage that she's dealing while not in Valkyrie. The previous rate was 100%. Healing for damage dealt while Valkyrie is active remains at 200%. Wait a minute. So you can kind of go full DPS Mercy with this shit, no? I actually haven't tried Mercy just yet, but this is actually pretty cool. Power of a Price. Caduceus Staff's damage boost now heals attached targets for 10% of the damage dealt to enemies, previously 7.5. This is cool, man. Like, all of these are pretty much just buffs. Nobody's really gotten nerfed in here. And I would actually argue that these abilities for pretty much all the characters were already pretty strong. Funnily enough, Kiriko was actually weak. Like, guys, don't get it mixed up. Kiriko in this game mode is different to the way Kiriko is playing in the main game. Funnily enough, with how busted everybody can become, Kiriko actually started to feel like one of the weaker characters. I can't believe I'm saying that. So that's kind of crazy. Anyways, rest of the Mercy changes are over here. If you want to read them over, there is quite a bit, so I want to speed this up a little bit. Moira's changes. So her secondary, so for Frightening Fascination, secondary fire now stays locked to the targets at 40% narrow angle, previously from 50. They nerfed Moira in the arcade game mode. What is this timeline? I'm not wrong, right? Frightening Fascination, secondary fire now stays locked to targets at a 40% narrow angle, previously from 50%. How is it that I'm seeing Moira nerfs and Genji buffs in an arcade game mode, but not the main game? That's crazy. Anyways, rest of the Moira changes are in front of you right now. Oh my gosh, she actually got nerfed in this game. That's crazy, bro. So Orisa, dude, that is a lot. And okay, like if you guys want to read the Orisa changes for the arcade, I have not played her. I have no interest in playing her. I do know you can do some fun helicopter shit in there. So it does seem like they're kind of playing into that, which is really, really funny and cool. So that's kind of nice. Farah's case, only one. So Scarial Superiority. After using Jump to Jetta, Farah deals 20% more damage for only 3 seconds, previously 5. So that was probably broken. So that's kind of cool. So Reaper Shadow Step cast time now reduced by 30%, previously 35%. Interesting. Zenyatta, again, so Hallowed Speed, Harmony Orb buffs, now buffs target with 20% movement speed, previously 25, so that was kind of broken. Master and Disciple. So Zenyatta now gains a 40% effective Harmony Orb on himself, previously 50%. The Ally Harmony Orb effectiveness remains the same at 20%. That is very interesting. So overall, for the arcade, actually very cool patch notes. Again, cannot believe in my life that I just saw Genji buffs for an arcade mode. And y'all look. I don't wanna betray you guys. All right. I'm gonna thumbnail, I'm gonna clickbait this shit and put Genji buffs in there because I'm not lying. It's for the arcade game mode, alright? Like, y'all can't hold it against me, bro. Let a man enjoy. I'm playing the arcade. Like, seriously, if you're a Genji fan, dude, play that arcade game mode. You are the raid boss. It is really fun. I have a video coming on it very soon of me dominating and suggesting some builds. So seriously, play Genji in the arcade game mode. I'm gonna keep repeating it. Get away from competitive for just a moment and enjoy the character again. Seriously, do not miss this opportunity to play Genji when he's a freaking raid boss in this game mode. Try him. He's really fun. Other than that, as for the live game, let's be a little bit serious here. For the live game, Orisa changes are very welcome. Ram going back to normal is very good. Wrecking Ball, please don't micro buff him to relevancy. I really don't like Ball. Ball has very, very minimal counters in the game and can easily become server admin if even those counters cannot keep him in check, and he has a good team. He's just one of those very problematic characters. Sombra doesn't solve the problem, but there are changes in here that should help her feel a little bit better. Most likely mid-season is where we'll see Sombra get changed again. Just so sad to see Sombra mains having to deal with this shit. Like, I hope they can find a good middle ground for Sombra. Juno change, very, very welcome, but keep an eye on the hero because, again, her previous changes were not accounted for. So, overall, good changes, interesting changes. I'm actually very excited for the arcade mode, and that's kind of what I've been playing mostly. So, do yourselves a favor. If you are a Genji fan, mostly this channel is built on Genji players. So, again, go play Raid Boss Genji. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.